Bangladesh Nationalist Party BNP is holding rallies in 15 districts and metropolitans, including in the capital, today to press home their 10-point demand, including holding the next polls under a non-party neutral government and to protest against the arrest and harassment of party leaders and activists in false cases. The same-minded Gano Forum Alliance will also hold a program on the same demand. A rally will be held in front of the party's central office in Noyapolton at 2 p.m. on the initiative of Dhaka Metropolitan North and South BNP. Central leaders of the party have been given the responsibility to make the rally successful across the country. Among them, Party Standing Committee member Nazrul Islam Khan in Kishoreganj District, Standing Committee member Amir Khosru Mahmood Chaudhary in Noakhali, Senior Joint Secretary General Ruhul Kabir Rizvi will be present in Joshore. Several cocktail blasts took place in front of the party's office around the BNP's rally in Nator. Besides, BNP has alleged that the Chhatra League leaders and activists threw bricks at the public gathering. Police recovered 2 unexploded cocktails from the spot. District BNP member Secretary Rahim Nawaz said, as part of the central program, preparations for the public meeting were underway in front of the BNP office. Meanwhile, Awami League leaders created panic by throwing cocktails in and around the rally venue to disrupt the rally. Also, BNP leaders and workers have been prevented from the coming to the rally at every turn. BNP did not get support for its demand for the elections under the caretaker government. Despite repeated urge and hiring lobbyists from the US, Awami League leaders recently commented on the US foreign policy regarding Bangladesh. In response, BNP claims the entire world, including the United States, is with them on the issue of the supervision. However, Jatiyo Party said there is no diplomat in favor of BNP's opinion. The United States recently announced a new visa policy for Bangladesh ahead of the 12th national elections. Under the new policy, visas will not be granted to those responsible or involved in obstructing the democratic election process. While the political arena is abuzz with the new visa policy, the renegotiation demands a vote under the caretaker government of the BNP. Awami League said the party did not get any results even after hiring lobbyists abroad to achieve this demand. Dhaka-Beijing Foreign Secretary level meeting has started. The meeting started at 11 o'clock in the State Guest House, Podda. The Chinese delegation is led by Sun Weiding, Vice Minister of the Minister of Foreign Affairs of China. The delegation of Bangladesh is led by Foreign Secretary Masood bin Momen. The Rohingya crisis and repatriation may be discussed in this bilateral meeting. Besides international and regional issues including Global Development Initiative GDI, Global Security Initiative GSI, Bangladesh position on South China Sea, public-private partnership, Chinese debt, Indian Pacific Strategy IPS, bilateral trade and investment will be prominent in the discussion. China's diplomatic stature has increased by the brokering a peace deal between Saudi Arabia and Iran in the Middle East. Beijing also wants to play a role in resolving the crisis between Bangladesh and Myanmar in South Asia. Candidates of Khulna and Borishal City Corporation elections are busy on the second day of their campaign. Mayor and councillor candidates started campaigning in Khulna from 10 a.m. They are going to voters with leaflets, making various promises and asking for prayers and votes. Mayor and councillor candidates are busy campaigning in Borishal City as well in a festive mood. After the allotment of symbols by the 2 city corporations on Friday, the candidates started campaigning. 4 candidates are fighting for the mayoral post in Khulna. On the other hand, 7 are contesting in Borishal. BNP could not stop councillor candidates from participating in the Sylhet City Corporation elections despite the announcement of exclusion. Ignoring the decision of the party, several leaders including the current 6 councillors of BNP are on the voting race. They are saying they are participating in the polls at the request of the people. Mayor Ariful Haq Chaudhary stepped aside from Sylhet City Corporation elections on 20th May. Similarly, Metropolitan BNP leaders Rezaul Hassan Koes Lodi and Dinar Khan Hashu boycotted the city elections. However, several leaders including the current 6 councillors of BNP did not accept the party decision. Senior BNP leaders said strict instructions may come against those who are voting despite the party's objection. Meanwhile, since BNP leader Ariful Haq Chaudhary stepped down, Awami League's Anwaruzzaman's race for the post of mayor is now with the candidates of Jatiyo Party and Islami Andolon. Former Mayor Jahangir Alam has becoming a talk to the town against as his mother becomes mayor, beating ruling Awami League candidate Azmatullah Khan. People of different professions say the leadership of son Jahangir Alam is the key reason behind winning the mayoral post from a simple housewife. However, Awami League leaders and activists stunned by the defeat of the both are now busy looking for the reason. Although Zaida was far behind in campaigning with Azmat, then Azmat even on election day, she was not seen in front of any booth. Even most centers did not have agents from table clock symbol. On the contrary, the active position of hundreds of workers, supporters of the both candidate has been seen in all the centers. However, according to the prominent people of Ghazipur, to win the election, the candidate needs to have a close relationship with the people. Now it is to be seen how much Zaida Khatun can fulfill the expectations of city dwellers for development and good governance. Although almost 7 months have passed after the Awami League Council, the full committee of Borguna District Awami League has not yet been formed. District Jubo League, Chhatra League and Women's Awami League also do not have a full committee. Leaders and activists are disappointed in this regard. They fear that if the party is not organized, it may affect the upcoming national elections. Borguna District Awami League Council was held on November 16 last year. A partial committee was announced with Dhirendra Debnath Shambhu as president and Jahangir Kobir as general secretary. Since the announcement of the partial committee, clashes have been going on between the supporters of the deposed and current committee president and secretary of the BCL. District Shramik League, Mohila League, Shechchasebok League, Krishak League and other organizations have not had committee activities after years. The government wants to borrow more amid difficulty spending in the next budget. For this, the government will try foreign loans. Economists said in this case, the government can try to take bilateral small loans at lower interest rates than big companies. It will be more profitable in the budget that the finance minister will present to the parliament on June 1. The deficit may again touch the 6% mark. Every year as the size of the budget increases, so does the deficit. And the amount of this deficit is usually between 5 and 5.5% of GDP. However, the exception to that calculation was the budget deficit of 2021 and 2021-22 exceeded 6%. It is increasing again. The deficit of 7,64,000 crore taka, which the finance minister is going to propose for the fiscal year 2023-24 on June the 1st. This time, according to the condition of the IMF, the amount of borrowing from savings bonds should be reduced. Corona detection rate is increasing in the country. 68 patients identified last Thursday. The detection rate was more than 5%, the highest in 6 months. And on Friday, 28 people were diagnosed with the infection. A detection rate is over 4%. No one died though. The health department has said there is nothing to worry about despite the increase in infection. Bangladesh has successfully dealt with every type of epidemic corona. A milestone has also come in the field of corona vaccination. The rate of corona detection started decreasing since November last year. However, recently there has been a growing concern among patients. On 25th May, the infection rate dropped on 5%. However, on Friday, it fell by 4.31%. The health department is monitoring the situation. However, doctors advise those who are at high risk of being infected with corona. Long-distance buses, trucks, covered vans on the Dhaka-Sylhet highway, three-wheeler auto rickshaws, easy bikes and CNG drivers do not care about anything. A lot of people are running on the highway and there are frequent accidents. In addition to the injured, the death toll is increasing. Accidents occurs frequently on the 52-kilometer North-Sindhi section of the highway. Illegal three-wheelers are freely entering the highway from Madhubdi to Itakhola in the district. Although the drivers claim they are going down the dangerous road because of their livelihood. Heavy vehicle drivers claim accidents are happening while crossing the road with fast-moving vehicles. The agitators have given various suggestions, including widening of the road to demand safe roads. Meanwhile, the traffic police said legal measures are being taken along with the regular supervision to ensure smooth traffic flow.